Welcome and thank you for watching Royal Revelations. I'm Astrologer Val Evans. In this episode, we're looking ahead for King Charles in December. What is the Duchy of Cornwall? It is a private estate established in 1337 to provide an income for the heir to the throne who automatically becomes the Duke of Cornwall. The current Duke is Prince William, who inherited the title. The estate is one of the largest and oldest in Britain, and significant land holdings and properties are included, and it is used to fund public and private and charitable activities for the Duke and for his family. Welcome, everybody. Good to see you. Hope you had a nice weekend. The Cornwall cliffhanger. I think we might have one. There is King Charles just having a beer while everybody is having a meltdown in society and not being able to afford anything. And we've seen this plot line time and time again in history. We want to know, is it going to be anything different this time? Can everybody walk away happy? What is really going on with this portfolio of properties? And are we going to be seeing some kind of illumination as to maybe some secrets that we didn't know before? Hello, Addie. Nice to see you. Yes, Cornwall is beautiful and very magical. I'm sure you've been there, Angel, many times probably. Just wanted to mention my very fun, even though the topic wasn't very fun, episode with Amber where we dressed up and made some predictions. It was a little bit uncanny as to what happened on Friday. We were making some early predictions on what was coming in on Sunday and now today. So you have to check that out. And of course, if you're a member, you can look at the breakdown of Sarah Ferguson's birth chart. And she's going through Sati Sati, which means a lot of shame and depression, lack of money, not the kind of money you're used to, trouble with relationships. And what's it all for is what I get into in that episode. If you're interested in career predictions, you can make your own. Just go to Amazon, get the secret career code. It is super interesting to be able to pull your chart. It could be your hiring date chart, the horoscope of your job, or you can look at your solar return and a bunch of other charts. And I show you what's what in your charts. Now we're going to be looking obviously at solar returns today. So don't forget, go to AstroSeek, click solar return to get your predictive chart for the year. It starts on your birthday and your last birthday, whatever year that started, November or December. You're probably going to be pulling you're definitely going to be pulling your 2024 still, and you'll be in the last couple of houses of your 2024 chart. And then you're going to move into your 2025. And then don't forget to click the solar only tab. Jan, you say Cornwall is pirate country, full of old intrigues. Yes, lots of secrets. Stuff that we little people want to know a little bit about. It's not our business, is it? Well, a lot of people say it is. This is King Charles' predictive solar return chart. This is about to start. He's going to have his birthday. And on one hand, it's nice to have a new chart on your birthday. On the other hand, if you spot some T-squares, which would be those red triangles, you know that there's going to be some issues. There's going to be conflict. And you want to know when that conflict's going to happen and who's going to be involved. And so it looks like it's starting right out of the gate in the beginning, the first month of his birthday. But so interesting how there's a lot of Pisces there. And it seems as if there's a flood of old photos that are helping him. You could see the blue triangle showing really an ease, a flood, something that helps you. And there it is. So what are we already seeing? We're seeing old photos of Prince William jumping into the arms of Prince Andrew. I'm not sure a lot of people like that, but everybody's digging up those old photos, and it's going like crazy, but it can actually help King Charles because it's reminding people of the yesteryear, the days when nobody was talking about a pedophile and many victims. It's a lot of revenge type of energy, but also karma is happening right now. A lot of people are resisting their karma. We haven't heard from quite a few people, and still underground people, probably still fearful of what will come out. If you're going to look at your investments, you're going to look at your 8th house, and it's right here. For King Charles, that's going to be Venus, which is always nice for investments because Venus is a benefic planet. Executors of the estate are going to be really focused on it in June because this is the June time frame. But we can also look at Venus too, and we can see that there is a trine here with Venus from the North Node. There's a flood of something that he is gaining this year. How do you know that? Because you look at the North Node and you find out what is the gain of the year. And if there is a nice aspect to Venus, and this also represents Camilla, then there's something that's happening where maybe, just maybe, the wife is receiving something. Is she supposed to? So we're going to be doing some cards that have to do with Camilla because she is very much a part of the storyline for December. December is ruled by Mars. As you can see, December's starting to come in here, and Aries is a rising sign. It moves over to Aries. So we're going to look at Mars, and it's way up there in the ninth house. And these are groups of people that are quite shocking. So the ninth house can obviously represent churches. It can represent ninth house matters like trains. It can also represent people with a philosophy and the press. So to me, I think it's probably going to be the press, but I want to ask about Camilla and why is she receiving something? It seems pretty vast. What's Camilla gaining here from King Charles's chart? If you are a female and you want to know what your husband is gaining, you're going to look at Jupiter. But in this case, we're looking at Venus. We see Camilla, she's up there. She is gaining something of somebody else's, which is Scorpio. Oh boy, she's a happy camper. You can tell. She's like, oh, it finally happened. And it actually looks like she could be dancing around in Cornwall. So she is being given a lot of stuff at the end of the year. Don't know why. Got to be a reason. What's the reason? She's gaining so much in December. She doesn't have a choice. And also, I am seeing that she's going to have some blocks coming up. She might have some health issues. And so she might not be feeling very well. Thank you, Jan. Hello, Paula. You are from Ireland. Oh, I love Ireland. And then we've got the Six of Swords. So trying to move on, but is kind of stuck. So we're seeing lots of stuck, but this is maybe something, it's like a gift. She's getting a Christmas gift. Can we get some kind of profile with this card on what Christmas gift Camilla is receiving from her husband? Oh, Knight of Cups. Well, when it's upright, it's usually good news, but it doesn't look like it's good news. There could be some practical talk, this is what we have to do, some planning, maybe some planning. Yeah, I know, Toy. Hi, Toy. Yeah, inheritance. Yes, other people's money. You would think that she's going to be pretty happy. Maybe there are some people around her who are not so happy, typical with the family, This is a good part of King Charles's chart. Funny enough, because this isn't so great. It's kind of yuck normally because we've got Saturn, which is Epstein, Neptune. We have photos, the old videos. We've got old videos of a lot of things, and it's really coming out. And yet he is, I think that's what this T-square is. He really wants to stop them from coming out. Really does. And he is able to, it looks like he's able to stop the flow. He's putting a finger in the dam. It's a big conflict and it's constantly on his mind. But the biggest thing is between November 14th and maybe November 21st, we've got Uranus in play here. This is a big fall of some sort, and it's third house and ninth house related with Black Moon Lilith at the top. So something that is being thought about that is kind of broken. It means to break. And what is being broken? Well, it could be maybe an old email, something that has to do with yet another publication that's coming out. So this is very, very difficult. We've pulled cards on it before. Keeping an eye on Venus here. It looks as if his portfolio, because of Venus, is being helped because of Camilla. We also have the sun in the eighth house. That is part of this. It seems as if there's something being broken up, maybe something, maybe some rearranging of the portfolio itself. Pisces is to donate, something like donate to the poor. He's going to have to. These are the homes. This is something to the homeless. And it's really Prince William who would be leading this, since he's now in charge of the Duchy of Cornwall. Will Prince William or King Charles do something that is pretty massive for the public to offset a little bit of a scandal coming in? Five of Wands. Maybe they're trying, but they can't. Clarifier card on something the public might gain from something happening with a rearranging of this land portfolio. Ace of Swords. Secret. Everything is secret. However, Five of Cups could be some kind of turnaround from something very sad. Thinking about the past, being turned around somehow. But what is all of this with the secrets? They are stuck. Any secrets coming out, it's dark in there. It's dark. I'm going to show you a few charts that have to do with King Charles this year. We're going to look at his decade chart again. And I've got something coming up that might have to do with fire signs. And I've talked about it before. There is maybe a fire coming. I'm going to consult the cards about the fire, what that could mean for the kingdom. December, there's some kind of a fire. And I see a lot of Sagittarius, and I'm going to show you that in a second. Yeah, King of Pentacles reversed. So something very expensive. Could be a no. Could be something that's like, maybe it's not a fire, but it is something that is inflamed. It has to do with the king and his money. And Page of Pentacles reversed. Maybe a penny pincher. Looks like the public is going to be pretty irritated, pretty inflamed. I want to get a little bit more of an indicator on what the Sag is that I'm seeing here. Sag is a fire sign. Two of Pentacles reversed. Maybe, possibly making a decision, going forward and being active, proactive in making some kind of decision, which we're going to have to look at. Hey, Christine. Okay, so Gulnaz, you are saying that the kingdom, maybe William, is working on more than 18 homes. Maybe there's a lot more, but the winter's coming, and this really inflames people when they're really deeply in despair. Now, let's see here. So the biggest month for him is Aries, and that's coming up December, early December, and this looks like a whopper here because of Mars, and it is conjunct Mercury retrograde. So these are very, very, they could be angry people that are not thinking correctly. It could also, it's also him that's not thinking correctly. He's just plain upset. And thankfully, there's some nice aspects here. And he is able to do something with the 12th house here. He's doing something secret. And this is changing something around. Now, he might be changing his healthcare routine because of Pisces. This is healthcare. But this is definitely something that it's still a little bit part of this red triangle, which is kind of like a warning alert. Warning, warning, warning. And Sag is way up at the top here. This is the church. So the church is going to start coming in as a main character, I think, here. And we've got Chiron, and that's coming into a square with Jupiter. So we're going to see what Jupiter is, and Jupiter is his career. So he's getting bruised here when it comes to his MC, his career, but it is not life altering. Why? What saves him? When you're looking in your chart, you want to look at where part of fortune is. and it shows that he can recover from whatever kind of bruising he's getting. And this is definitely from the public and also females. Maybe more victims are coming out. This is a really tough one because of that. It's like a bomb. It's really like a publication bomb. And with the sun representing Diana, I do think that it could be a book about Diana. There she is. The sun represents her this year. It's the seventh house lord. The ninth house lord is Camilla. Again, you can see how Pluto, he is talking to Camilla behind the scenes, and she's like, just give it to me. I'll take it. I'll take care of it. She is helping him behind the scenes. He's very lucky to have a wife like that. She's able to help him. She's helping him change. Maybe something that has to do with an exchange of some sort, like Moon Lilith conjunct the sun. This is a very mad, vengeful ex-wife. Like I've been saying, this is an accident. So we're probably going to see something about maybe a book we've never seen before about Diana. Now, we're going to look at his full moon calendar again. We've got the full moon coming in on February 12th in Leo, and it's close to his Pluto. So this is a huge change. It's a transformation, yet it squares his fifth house, which represents William, and it represents Andrew. And so this is shining light or shedding light on maybe behind the scenes things going on. BBC, February 2024, Williams building homes in Cornwall for vets to open in autumn 2025. Yeah, wonder what's going on with that. That's a good one. Yeah, Charles looks very unwell. He does. Could it be KC inflammation and not thinking correctly? Yeah, Mars with that inflammation. Inflamed with his mind too. He's pretty angry. He's pretty angry. Willie said to have sold off some of the projects Charles created in Cornwall. Where's the money gone? Maybe somebody will be answering that question. Christine, you're making broccoli cheddar. That's awesome. Yes, we pray for everybody. We do not want unrest, but if people are trying to get away with something, it is interesting to find out how it's going to work out for the public and if they're going to benefit from it. Full moon this week. So let's talk about this week. Is there going to be some kind of new truths coming out? We've already seen how Fergie has some unusual connections with Middle Eastern people and maybe selling access to the palace. What kind of other new revelations are we going to see this week, week of November 2nd? Four of Wands. So maybe something about a party, a celebration that maybe is canceled. I wonder if that's Brazil. What's going on with William and Brazil this week? Let's go into that conference. Oh, see, he's moving and he's probably exhausted. Give us some kind of indicator on how William will do in Brazil. Eight of Cups might not be terrible. Not a great card. Not a great card, but it's kind of stuck, that one. Kind of the same type of card. So Five of Cups. I would think that he regrets going to Brazil for some reason because he's got so much going on at home. He's got to help fix some of the things, fix the furniture and help his wife who's trying to move into this new palace, new mansion. Thank you, Toy. Yeah, the homes weren't widely announced, overshadowed by royal family health issues and Thomas Kingston's departure. Oh my God. You think about all of these things and it's a lot. And it's reflective of your life sometimes, our lives, because not that we are wealthy and we take advantage of people, not in that sense, but that things happen a lot in clusters and it's exhausting. It's tiring. It's how do we fix this when you can't, when you're stuck in a corner and you're having to watch photos and videos of yourself or members of your family and you just want to have a regular day. You want to take a walk on the palace grounds. Take a deep breath. But let me pull a couple of cards. Okay, and this is so funny. I started with this card and I just pulled it again. Aquarius reversed. So this is uncomfortable change coming up. It's going to be necessary. It's going to be necessary for all. And we've got the water element and the ninth house, faith. The ninth house is really going to be featured in the next 2 months. And of course, that's religion. It is international headlines. It's traveling to international places. Yeah, things happen a lot in threes for everyone or more. This is his decade chart. So I'm sensing a lot of flames. And thankfully, when I see his decade chart, and if you're interested in pulling your decade chart, you go to AstroSeek. You type in your birth date, month, and day. Then you're going to go to the last decade. So say it's 2020, which I have here. And then you're going to put the location you're in starting that decade. It's not going to be your birth location necessarily, unless you're still there. So we are going in here to this area. This is November. So you would count the houses. And so we have November 2020, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So he is now pretty heavily in the Capricorn time frame. And on the one hand, his daughter-in-law, who really helps him, is Capricorn. And so there's somebody in there that does help him. Scorpio is doing well for him. There is a lot of land. I mean, it's too much. And there's something that's very, very positive and powerful for him because of the moon sextiling Pluto. So this can mean, I'm sorry to say, it can mean a lot of investments, growing investments, while everybody else is starving. So that's the problem. And so Capricorn here is the poor. And it does seem as if there's going to be a little bit of some problem here between November 2025 and this November 2026, which would be his seventh house. That's going to feature Camila a lot. She's going to have a big, big change in this decade. So it's coming. It's coming in, probably about 12 months. So I've got Capricorn, and it is in this big, big T square, and it is stopping really. I mean, Venus is finances. And there is a square here. This is coming up more probably, well, right now, because Saturn is activating, and it's activating his 10th house, which means he cannot get what he wants with his career. This is a changeover, and it's not a pleasant one because of Black Moon Lilith there. This is a person, I think this is a person that could be sabotaging him. I really do. And it's kind of like it's a shock, but it's an extra mean shock. It's unnecessary, nasty stuff here. It has to do with the government as well. So this could be to me, it looks like there's going to be some kind of big expense, and he is locking heads with the government. So with Parliament, possibly. So it's a break of something that has to do with something very, very, very old, which is Capricorn. I mean, the 14th century, it's broken. So let's try to figure out what this is. This is coming up. I mean, this is activated now. What is going to be broken? It's going to be broken. Chiron reversed. These are wounds. This is going to hurt. It's going to hurt. Financially, air element, communicating, maybe not wanting to give information that needs to be given. I got the Aquarius card again. That's crazy. So change again. Maybe a good change. Something kind of fast. It is a zap. It's a zap. Now, Taurus represents a singer. It represents luxury. Breaks in luxury. Can't have that spa anymore. In that palace, gonna have to pull that out. It's now a water fountain. So we've got some serious. When you have a square to Taurus, this is going to give you a little bit of a clue that there is an expense coming. If you have that red line, yeah, Nine of Pentacles. So something's going to happen with this money, and Parliament's going to take it, maybe, if they can. Six of Pentacles reversed. So yeah, it's all about the money. We are, again, this is breaking news. Duchy of Cornwall is in peril, I think, for the next 8 weeks. There are some serious, serious discussions happening, and Prince William needs to be in those discussions, and he has to be in Brazil. And I wonder if somebody's going to take advantage of him being out while they make plans while he's gone. Is somebody taking advantage of Prince William's? Let me put this back in the deck. Prince William's absence when he's in Brazil. And does it have to do with decisions with the Duchy of Cornwall? Let's see. Hanged Man. Yes. But it looks like it just gets held up. This is kind of hanging in the balance. Or Prince William is kept hanging. There, it does seem like there's a major decision, but it seems as if somebody's coming in here. Uranus is in that chart. It is a symbol of change, which is good. Usually it means something that's very, very fast when you've got nice aspects. But when there's that square like that, it is just, it's shocking. Something is shocking. And I'm going to say, there's got to be, maybe it's a tax. Is there some kind of big tax coming? 10 of Pentacles reversed. So yeah, maybe it has to do with families dealing with December, with the cold. And bad headlines are really going to push these politicians to doing something quite out of the box. And Prince William and King Charles, they're going to be on potentially shaky ground. That's what it is. It's shaky Uranus ground, Taurus. 5 of Wands. So yeah, everybody's fighting. And this is a fire card too. All right. Now I want to show you what else I have here. Yeah, this is Saturn at 27 degrees. Now this is what's on your mind. 27 is Mercury. And squaring this is 6 houses health too. So he's having to deal with health. Taurus is thyroid. Taurus is your voice not being able to speak when you want to. Maybe asking other people to speak. And let's see, the moon. Who's the moon? The moon is secrets. Secret real estate. So nobody knows about this. He's focused on things that nobody can see right now. King Charles. Okay. Now this week's prediction, this was from this is October 12th. And then I have that as an old slide, but October 19th, what I do is for the week, I take Sunday, which was October 19th, and then I put King Charles's time of birth. And then the location he is during this week, the beginning of the week. And so I always like to look at Leo during the week because it's usually some type of news that has to do with the royals and see where that X is on that date, which was 19th, 20th, I believe it was the 21st. That's when Virginia Giuffre dropped that autobiography that really got everything into the works. And so you can see that the sun was ruling that day. And wow, this was a lot of pain. You could see the T-square when Chiron's involved. Ouch. That's an ouch. So you could see that week. So I wanted to take the investigation further. And I wanted to look at December 14th of this year at 9:14 p.m. So this is going to be a Sunday. Now, this is the week before Christmas. This is a lot of stress because people are sick. It's very political. Everybody has to know their places. It's a new holiday, so, it's like place setting. You gotta do the right thing by your family, and there are people in the family who are very dedicated. They're always out there. They're always cutting those ribbons. So, obviously, they're gonna be coming along, the Princess Royale, um, or Royal, the, Duchess is it the Duke of Gloucester and, all those dukes and duchesses that have not been scandalous. But anyway, around this time, there's going to be some problems. Now, the problems, I think, have to do, first of all, the king. Everybody's talking about the king this week, which sometimes the king's going to like. Could be powerful people, doesn't necessarily mean the king himself could be somebody with great power. But in this week, we're seeing the sun here in Sag, and as it normally would be in this time of year, and we see a square to Saturn and Neptune. This is a no. This is you're broke. No, I'm just kidding. But the eighth house is your investments. So something is shut off or frozen. So some kind of freezing is happening. I like to look at Mercury for the weather. And there could be some weather. And this is 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th. Yeah, there it is. Wednesday the 17th. So you could see Mercury here. And there's a little bit of a surprise. So in Sag, I mean, it is the winter time. Maybe it's going to have to do with some precipitation that's happening. Lots coming in that day on the 17th, perhaps, because of the blue lines. It's like it's like a flood of cold of ice. But then the next day, you can see, and I labeled the fifth house Andrew, which is also Prince William, and also the Lord of the fifth is Jupiter retrograde. Jupiter rules Sag. At least in this week, we're going to look at Jupiter for Andrew. It seems as if there are some major things happening with Andrew. Look at that Chiron there. This is difficult. And this is going to be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It's probably around the Tuesday time frame where he just gets fried on social media. And also 11th house is, I was going to say a friend. It's really King Charles's chart. Let's see where King Charles's friends are this week. Mercury is here. Ooh, he needs to stay away from his friends this week. It looks like there's some breakups with friends. There could be one that's actually very much out in the public, out in the open, and maybe an announcement about a friend. Maybe that's what I'm seeing here. Let's look at this opposition with Uranus. For King Charles, is there some kind of news about a friend the week of December 14th, the week before Christmas? Why am I seeing that Uranus there? What does that mean? It looks like friendships. It looks like plans. Plans are broken because I think Camila is not feeling good. I think that's what it is. But any information about one of King Charles's friends? Five of Pentacles. Could be friend is not invited to the ball, to the Christmas ball. Somebody is being left out, possibly. Tell me more about this friend of King Charles and this shock. There's sadness around this friend. Yeah, I was thinking they won't be at the Christmas concert as well. Oh, God. Maybe Harry and the missus come for Christmas. If I was thinking about Harry and if I was putting myself in the shoes of Harry and Meghan, I was thinking how what would make a great documentary that everybody would watch is if they relocated to England. Oh, my God. Everybody would obviously say a lot of bad things, but it would be a hit. It would definitely be a hit. Showing Meghan, getting adjusted. And oh, God, I know they'd never do that, but it would be a good one. Just ask me. I'll tell you about a hit. Yeah, another death, maybe. Maybe. Hey, Chantal. They didn't go last year. I know, that's perfect. Ladies of London with Meghan. Oh my God. What would they hold? They would hold gold. Oh my God. That I would watch that. I would. Okay, I'm sorry, Golas. I apologize. Please do not put that out into the universe. Nobody wants to see anything about polo, okay? I want to be entertained. I'm tired. I want to be entertained. I was talking about Megan and I got the Page of Wands and the Seven of Wands. Oh, it's possible that they are planning something that will help them out. And we're hearing a lot about people wanting to be billionaires, but because they're so afraid, they feel as if money means independence. They can continue their lifestyle without depending on people like the king. Dates for Kate's Christmas concert not released yet seem strange. Yeah, they want to see how they want to see how everybody's feeling about this Prince Andrew thing. It looks like there are bombs dropping left and right, and I will let's ask this: will Princess Catherine still have her Christmas Carol event in December? Queen of Pentacles. And this is the Catherine card. This is Amber's Catherine card. Okay. Huh. Thanks, Glenaz. Oh, yes. For the housewives. Jules, of course. Of course. Can't decide what she wants to do. Maybe she's bored. I don't think so. That's my bored card. I noticed that Kate's engagements are no longer announced in advance. It's been a long time since they announced that. I wonder if it's for security. Here's what I think about Harry, and I'm not trying to get off the topic because I've got more with the cliffhanger of Cornwall, but I wonder if Harry's going to keep publishing until he gets the security he wants. Is Harry going to continually publish? Got Four of Cups reversed again. Okay, so he won't. Although that might be an action card. Let me get a clarifier card for that. Okay, Two of Swords. Now maybe he wants to break free from that model. Yeah, maybe they want to be billionaires so they can get the security that they need because they want to take the kids to the UK. Give them a little tour. Oh, Together at Christmas is maybe not a good title for Kate's concert on current situation. How ironic is that? You notice the fire there. These charts have shown fires. I've been talking about it for 2 years. And we saw how California was the victim of arson. See so much of that. And it's going to be because the fire signs are activated, like Leo, Sag, especially when you have a stellium of, which means more than two planets together. This is heat. Sag represents churches too, universities. And there is a square here, and it is coming up this week in this chart, in the December 14th chart. And so it just happens to be in Andrew's area of the chart. And so this could be yet another, this is Epstein here, the old scandal, and it's hitting him again. It looks as if it could be another publication, but I want to know, it could actually also be a fire because of all of these planets in Sag. So is there a fire that's going to affect the royal family? Oh boy, I don't know what kind of fire this is, but it looks hot. Oh my God. All right, clarifier card on this very hot heat. There's so much heat this week, and it is a scandal. It is a huge scandal. And why do I say that? Well, a square to Pisces means a scandal. King of Cups. So that's the Louvre card. Napoleon with his jewels. This necklace there. Is that a fish necklace? Yeah. I was just thinking that, Jen. That's so weird. Yeah. It's like he accidentally knocks a candle down. It's like, well, let's go back here. Let's go back. We can figure this out. All right. If this is Andrew's first house, all right, and the square is here, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. This is his home. It looks like there's something happening there. Is he doing something to the home? No, no. Queen Elizabeth raised, well, I can't say that. What's Andrew doing to the home? Is he doing something? I think he's just probably recoiling from maybe another publication because of this old scandal, but this does look like something in the home. And it's also when you have a square or an opposition to Sag, what represents Sag? Jupiter. Jupiter is a teenager. So being petulant, not all teenagers are petulant, but being immature. If you have a planet in Sag and it's in a square, somewhere in your chart, you may be dealing in your life with someone who acts like they're in high school. And you're just like, how can they act like that? They're 35, it's because of that square to Sag. So he might be acting very, very immature here. And this is like broken glass. Is Andrew Mountbatten Windsor breaking glass? Why is breaking glass? Neptune and Pisces, that's glass. And let's see. Now, Uranus would be, I would think that may be a bad aspect with Uranus. It's something about maybe glass leaves the gas on. No, don't do that. I mean, surely he does have his butler. He has, I know, Christine, you said more leaks. My intuition always wanes after Halloween. Angel, are you tired? You're tired from tuning in. Yeah, it's been a long year. Oh, good one, Jan. Insurance claim on Royal Lodge. The electric said to be in need of repair. And also remember, maybe he's trying to leave, but maybe it's an ice storm or something, and it's keeping him from doing something. Let's talk about Andrew and his home. I want to say it's probably starting December 17th, 18th, on or around December 18th. What are we looking at with Prince Andrew and his home? That looks like him. He's pretty sad. He's looking out his window. Doesn't want to go. Change is good, Andrew. You got to get up. Got to do it. Got to move. 10 of Pentacles. So something coming in about money, obviously. But if he can, then he's going to get a payout, obviously. It's not so terrible as they're trying to make it out, I don't think. Burning documents in the house. Giant golden sun, nice to see you. Who is in line to live in the Royal Lodge next? One of the daughters, Beatrice and Eugenie. Wow, I know a few people who still act like they're in high school and they're supposed to be adults. Not to say that I don't have my moments, but they'll just say things like, God, I used to say that in high school, and that's a Sag type of thing. If it's poorly aspected, it no longer goes to Beatrice. Is going to get a large pension. This is the time where he must suck it up and move himself, and it's for the best. It's for the best for everyone. Good one. What represents paintings? You know what represents paintings. Saturn and Pisces. I don't know. I don't like thoughts of burning, but I don't like that square there with Sag. So we'll have to see what that is. Could be burning books, is there any kind of like, let me just ask, what's burning? What's burning? What is burning the week of December 14th with that Sag? Doesn't necessarily mean burning, but it is a fire sign. The king. They're burning money. He's burning mad, burning hot. He's telling everyone to turn the furnace down. Clarifier card. 4 of Swords. It is the home. The home. All right. Now I've got another chart here. And there's all that fire there. And there's the church. So it could mean that the church is stopping them. Maybe there's a church scandal that's coming out and they're like, oh God, we can't go to church now. Maybe it doesn't even have to do with them. So there's the Epstein, there is paintings, old paintings. He can't take those. Oh, that's what it is. Angel, that's what it is. He can't take those paintings. Maybe he wants to move some of the artwork. And there's also jewelry too, maybe. I don't know. I think they can take the jewelry. Now, here is Queen Elizabeth's chart, her weekly chart, just like the chart I just saw or just showed you. And November 15th starts that week. And this is when Windsor Castle had the big fire. It was right before Charles and Diana announced their separation. It was a month before. So that week, it started November 15th. And so with her birth date, she started Aries. So she was going to be mad. That is a fire sign. And so going over to November 20th, when the fire happened, here's what makes it different from the chart that we just saw. We're seeing Pluto, and that is a square. Pluto is huge. It is huge, and it is with Chiron. So massive. I mean, this is massive fire because of Leo. Leo is a massive fire. So it caused 50 million in damages. And what's so interesting is you could see there's the moon, and it is trining the eighth house of her real estate. This is the public. And she opens up Windsor Castle, I think, or was it Buckingham Palace? She opens up a palace to raise funds to make that money back. And she also gives her salary, she starts paying taxes that year. How good of her. And so that's part of what we're seeing here. Her real estate is on fire, which made me think eighth house is real estate. In this case, it could be real estate. It could be a publication about the real estate. Maybe that's what it is, with Sag representing publications. It's going to come out. There's going to be something frozen maybe because of Saturn. Now, this is 1666. This is the night that the fire broke out at Thomas Farriner's Bakery in Pudding Lane. And of course, the rising sign is in Taurus. Taurus is food. It started a bakery. And look at how much Sag is here. But that's a lot. This is a shocking fire. Eighth house, though, real estate. We just have so many planets right there and an opposition with Pluto again. So I think in order for there to be a huge fire, Pluto really has to be in poor aspect directly with some of these planets that are in a fire sign. And also the south node is despair. So you put Pluto with it and it's massive despair. In the chart we were looking at for December 14th, I've got the queen here. She's Venus because this is King Charles's chart. So we're looking at to see where Venus is. And you can see a square to south node. So it does show that she is very sad about something. It's possible that she can't do something. Maybe she's not going to the church. She might be sad about the church. She's sad about a publication. There's Virgo there, and that can show that she's sick. This might happen around maybe December 14th, 15th. A decision is being made that she might not be able to attend. By the way, I'm going to have True Crime Tuesdays starting tomorrow again. I was not able to do the last couple. I'm going to talk about the knife attack. And of course, members can replay. If you're interested in a personal reading, you can go to astrologywithval.as.me. This is a church, but Sag is also trains. So I wonder if this train attack is an omen in and of itself. I mean, we got omens for the train attack, but is the train attack an omen of something in December? And then I'm going to start on some positive things. But I'd like to know. I want to know, getting to the heart of it here, is this train attack that was headed towards King's Crossing? Is that right? Was this an omen of some kind of, thank God the people were okay, some kind of upset with the kingdom, this train attack? We keep getting Four of Cups. Looks like a yes. There could be several things. Look at how many there could be 4 possible little things that are coming up between now and the end of the year. Sun, so we're talking about, maybe it's cloudy. It's cloudy and the people are sad just for a little while. But what I need to know, what's positive? Because, all right, so we're seeing that the people in power are having some pretty bad times. But what does it mean for the little guy? Are they going to somehow benefit maybe between now and January 2026? Oh, uh, part of fortune reversed. And I also have, what is this here? The world reversed. So this is kind of like just get your popcorn time, take it easy. Don't spend too much during Christmas. One more card for the public. As everything's happening with these publications, we'll certainly have plenty to read over the holidays. 5th house, creativity. It's a Leo card. Ooh. Oh my God. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Can they take back the York tiara from Fergie? I think they could. I think they could. I think they're going to find any reason to take things back from them. Yeah, it depends on what Camila wants. She likes jewelry. Yeah, Christine, if I can't live here, no one can. Yeah. Trying not to say it. There's just something that's very inflamed. I don't think he would do that because there was actually a story that came out that Charles is giving him money, making sure he still has his butler and his staff because Andrew has secrets. And I wonder, would Andrew get a ghostwriter? Oh, that's Neptune. That's a ghost. Oh, ghost publication. Is a ghost publication coming out by January 2026? Ace of Swords. It's still being developed. And clarifier card to this ghostwriter. King of Pentacles. So might be a yes. Might be a yes. More fire, yeah. Hey, Chantal, I did a chart on Donna Adelson. That was one of my true crime on Tuesday, so you have to check that out. It was amazing. A lot of Leo there. I know. More stairs. Yes, more stairs. Jan, you said the train attack, the man might be schizophrenic, allegedly committed 2 other sharp implement offenses the day before, but not caught by police. So interesting that he was seen on CCTV at that barbershop, and we got Leo for this week. Leo meaning hair and hairstylists. So yeah, he had mental health problems. Thanks, Genevieve. King's Cross Station. Thank you, Jen. That's so nice of you. Oh, Genevieve. Good. I'm glad you got it. I know we're all here together. I want to pull some more positive things, though. I mean, it's a cloud over people who we're seeing having to revise their lives. And I think a lot of us can relate in that. I mean, you're going to decide whether you're going to throw rocks or you're going to be able to just pray for everybody. Be glad that victims are getting their voices being heard. This is very positive. Thanks, Chantal. Anthony Williams, interesting names for the train man. Yes. It's like a Gemini name, 2 first names. And something that is positive coming up for this week, I think we're going to see some more secrets coming out. We're going to be able to see some things. It's kind of like they open the petting zoo, after a long being under construction for a long time. We get to see the animals. What's going on? Yes, always sending out positive energy. What are we going to see positive um, for the world, the public? What's the public going to be seeing this week? Page of Wands reversed. Okay. This could be maybe a spy is caught. This is a spy card. Some kind of information. It's possible something gets reversed though. So maybe a plan is changed. And soda pops here. You got the ending. I'll try to do a few more cards. We're looking ahead this week. What's going to happen? A lot of good things. I mean, we have got some really positive aspects in the charts this week. So there's some good stuff coming. How about some finances for all of us? Let's look at the finances. Oh, this is a good one. We're starting something new. And let's see, what about love and relationships? Oh, I like that. That's my favorite one of this whole show, Seven of Pentacles. A young man. Let's see. Okay, that was finances. Love and relationships. Oh, God. Okay, this is you. This is not me. I don't go anywhere. Nine of Cups. It's massive. Somebody is going to see you this week. Wants a cup of coffee. And he does well. He dresses well. This is really good. I wasn't expecting it to be so happy. And he's sexy too, because we're in Scorpio season. And Chantal, you're learning the tarot through me and Amber. Amber's such a good teacher. And she also has some great translations for some of these cards. I'm always watching too. All right. So how about just family relations? Let's get a card for family relations this week. Hanged Man reversed. So maybe moving forward, you're not so stuck. Maybe things are starting to take place. I don't know. And then I'm going to just do one more card because I've got a reading. Let's do for the UK. How about politics this week? Politics in the public. Give us a card. Ace of Cups. It's a good one. I want a less boring question than that. How about if you're looking for a job this week? Job opportunities, new ideas and job opportunities. It's a good one. All good. Three of Wands. There's going to be a job coming in. Gives you your independence or some kind of opportunity. Might not be a job. So, Jen, government shutdown ends at long-term care facility today. Nurses told me they can't get patients' meds due to Medicare benefits not paying. Now, you might want to check out my USA predictions. I got December. So it looks like something's stuck. It's hard to believe it would take that long, but we'll have to see what the actual date is. So, all right. Well, thanks so much for joining me today, everyone. And I will be on again as soon as I can, but at least by tomorrow. And thanks for all of your contributions. It helps so much. Oh, yeah, that's right. Rachel Reeves. We're seeing the secrets. Time for them all to come out. Thanks, Giant Golden Sun, and see you guys soon.